Hey everybody, it's Glenn. With this video I am attempting something a bit different to my usual custom action figure videos, just trying to broaden the appeal of my channel and keep people interested really. I'm calling it Confessions of an ebayaholic. Fans of really bad romantic comedies will see what I did with the title of this video, and hopefully it will become something I can do weekly as an episodic thing. And really what it's about is just highlighting some of my finds on eBay, either as possibly base figures for custom action figures, so you can kind of see what projects, what direction I'm heading in with my customs before I even begin work on them, and also just figures for my own collecting. And probably the third category of stuff you'll see in videos like this is just random goofy shit I buy on eBay because I'm an idiot and can't help myself really. So this week, first up is Mole Man. Now, Mole Man is a figure. It's from the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four, Ronan Build-A-Figure series. It's a figure I've been after for a while now. It's a character that I really like. It's, I don't know, I tend to have a bit of a soft spot for kind of crappy, goofy villains, and kind of Mole Man there kind of ticks every box. And I've been after him for a while. I've looked at a few auctions for him, probably over about the past year now. Firstly, it's impossible to find here in the UK, so I'm looking at auctions in the US. And I mean, it seems to be quite a rare figure there to find, so it's kind of, you're paying like a secondary value quite high, far above what retail would be. And then also, because I'm in the UK, I'm paying kind of quite a lot for shipping as well. So I don't like paying a lot for anything. I mean, who does? But eBay, I'm always kind of looking for bargains, and I've missed a number of auctions for Mole Man just because I've kind of never really been willing to pay enough for him, or pay what it's worth really, I guess. But I finally decided this Mole Man was actually listed loose. I think total including shipping I paid about $30 for him, which is about £20. Let me know what you think about that price, if I've just been robbed blind, or if that's kind of really what he's worth. The seller did list him as kind of buy it now with make an offer, but like I said, I've missed out on so many Mole Mans over this past year that when I saw it at somewhat of a reasonable price, I mean without shipping, I think the buy it now was kind of $15. And at first I thought about making an offer, maybe trying to get a few dollars off, but then I just wanted him, so I just paid the buy it now price. And now I have the figure in my hands. It's mixed emotions really. There's a lot of good stuff about this figure. I'm not sure if it will show up in the video, but the body, it's fairly decent, effort what they've done here. At least it is, a brand new character and body type that Hasbro did tackle here. And it has a lot of really nice, textures to the costume. It's kind of, if you looked really close up, you could see there's a lot of where it's kind of like it's torn and, possibly stitched back together. Has a really decent cape, which also has the same texture to it. Comes with this staff, which is really cool and kind of essential to Mole Man if if his moloids ever step out of line, he has to whack them over the head with, bat them back into place. And the cool thing is it can be held in either hand, which is pretty cool. I mean, not the greatest articulation on the figure, but there's kind of enough articulation there that you can, you know, do some stuff with him. And when it comes to mixed emotions on this figure, really the thing that disappoints me is the head. I think it's a bit on the small side. And I actually, you know, have looked at pictures and videos online. Shartimus Prime reviewed this figure, and that's one of the kind of videos that made me want to get him. But actually in person, close up, the head sculpt is not as good as I thought it would be. Like I said, I think it's a bit small. I think it could have been kind of bigger on this body. And it lacks some definition really to the sculpt. I mean, they've gone for a kind of like a, you can see on the hand there, has some warts and there's some texture to the skin. Kind of as if he's, you know, been underground and fairly kind of beaten up. But on the head, like the ear here, just kind of lacks some definition. It looks a bit like when they were sculpting the head that it kind of fell on the floor and rolled along the floor, and whoever was sculpting it just kind of popped it back on and thought, you know, shh, no one will know. Hello Hasbro, I know. Yeah, maybe the glasses could be bigger too, I don't know. It's okay. And what kind of really made me turn the corner on buying this figure is that I do have plans for it in a bigger kind of custom diorama display that I won't talk about too much, as it's probably not going to come to fruition for a long time. But anyway, Mole Man will be central to that custom diorama that I have envisioned in my evil genius. So as part of that, if I ever do get round to completing that as a project, I will most likely, I may try repainting the head to see if that a wash or some dry brushing benefits the head any, or I may entirely kind of piece together and do some sculpting on an entirely different head. So that's Mole Man. Next up here, Bucky and the Red Skull. So I bought these two figures, they were a job lot, and buying them, I do need Bucky here for a display that I'm working on with a couple of custom action figures of some Captain America villains, Invaders villains that I won't unveil as of yet or talk too much about, but Bucky was needed for a display with them. And when I do complete custom action figures, I do like to display them alongside kind of regular issue figures, just to give more of an idea of scale and how, you know, they could possibly be displayed in a collection. And I need that fairly urgently, really, because I finished the two custom action figures, finished the last one of the pair last night. So for the two of these figures with shipping, I paid about $30. So for these two figures, I paid the equivalent of what I paid for Mole Man. And $30 didn't seem too terrible to me. The Red Skull there, I'm sure I've sold one of those before for about £10, which is the equivalent of about $15. So you're talking $15 a piece, so it might be a bit inflated, but you know, like I said, I have to allow for international shipping, so I don't think I've been robbed too horribly there. But I have to say, this Bucky figure is appalling. Really disappointed with this. I mean, in the display that I'm planning, he will be getting the crap kicked out of him by the custom figures that I have just finished, and it's just as well, because it's what this action figure deserves. It's just Hasbro just being its kind of crappiest worse. It actually starts out not too bad. The boots aren't too bad, the legs. As he goes up, he has this kind of insanely long abdomen, and the head sculpt is just, I don't know, it's just, ugh. I don't even want to touch this figure. This is how kind of, ugh, it makes me feel. And then around, I don't know if it's possible to see here where like the neck meets the collar of his costume. There's absolutely no definition in there whatsoever. Or perhaps there is definition, but they've like glooped on a gallon of like flesh paint that's maybe eaten up any definition that was there, and the paint on the neck doesn't even match the kind of plastic they've used for the flesh colour of the head. Has this belt, and maybe it's just my figure, but there's like a big wad of glue where they've stuck that on. Just bad figure. I can guarantee this figure is going to be going straight into crap action figure quarantine. Off screen here, because I don't want that figure rubbing up against any of my action figures and infecting them with his crapness. And while I do dog on Hasbro a lot, I mean, Toy Biz do have their figures that aren't quite up to the usual Toy Biz standard, and Red Skull here is one of them. The body is actually excellent. I mean, I think this body actually works better on the Baron Strucker figure, which was the variant in the Face-Off 2-pack to the Red Skull. The body is decent. This head on this Red Skull is just terrible. It's like not symmetrical, it's too skinny. It looks like, honestly, what it looks like to me is that on the day it came to sculpting this head, all the regular sculptors at Toy Biz must have been like on holiday or something, and it came down to the lady who cleans the toilets at Toy Biz headquarters to sculpt it. It's appalling. It's a kind of like crap that my niece, who's 6, would make at school and bring home, and you have to pretend like it's really good, but blatantly it's shit. Except there she has the excuse that she's a 6-year-old, whereas this was sculpted by a fully grown adult. So what to do with Red Skull? I mean, I may just sell him as is, which if you're buying him, hopefully you haven't just heard me review it. The only other thing I thought about was maybe, I do remember the Chameleon from the Spider-Man animated series kind of having a similar body to this, so maybe I could just do a different head on him. But I haven't referenced pictures online concerning that at all, so it may just be in my memory that Chameleon kind of looked like this. It may not. I'll reference that and see. Maybe you'll see this Red Skull popping up as a Chameleon custom by me. Either way, him and Bucky I'll likely sell as well. I mean, well, likely I will be selling this Bucky. hopefully I can, you know, find maybe some blind person on eBay who's willing to buy this piece of shit. And lastly, eBay Find of the Week. This is more of my kind of goofy impulse buying category. These guys here, I bought these as part of was listed as a Resident Evil job lot. These two frogs and 2 Resident Evil figures and what I turned out to be 2 Quake figures from doing some research online. I paid about £20 for the job lot, so with postage probably about £24, £25. Actually just wanted these 2 frogs, and I listed the other figures for sale on eBay. I've sold one of them already, so hopefully I'll kind of make back some money. Perhaps I'll make back all the money on that, and hopefully these mean frogs will have turned out to kind of essentially be a freebie. But I've seen these before. These are pack-ins with the, I think it's Johnny from the House of Dead video game action figures. And I just love the sculpting on them. They look amazing. Kind of mean mutant frogs. I think they're great. And like I said, I have like no reason really to buy them other than I thought they were creepy and incredible and just amazing sculpting to them, really. I'll be looking out for more of these, actually. I think those House of Dead figures do, not that they're like crazy expensive, but they do go for, you know, a decent price. And I have bid on the Johnny one before to get these frogs, and I don't want to pay a whole lot when I'm just kind of buying figures just for the packing, the kind of accessories that come with a figure. It's hard to justify paying a kind of lot of money for that. But if I get any more of these, I will be army building a whole army of mutant frogs for no apparent reason other than they're blooming awesome. Anyway, that concludes this episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic. As ever, let me know what you think of these purchases. If you agree, disagree with any of my opinions, rate, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will be sharing more of my eBay goodies with you in future. And hopefully you'll enjoy that I've managed to give myself a platform for talking a whole bunch of crap about figures. I will see you later. Bye-bye.